Welcome, Virgo, to your love reading for April 13th to the 19th of 2020. So, we have a 10 card Celtic Cross spread here with a few different clarifying cards. And the energy, so Cancer had the same kind of vibe in a way. Now, it seems like for a lot of you, you want to connect with someone, but you also don't, because I feel like you know that another person that you're dealing with, they have other motives, maybe ulterior motives, and that person, they do seem to be, so it could be a fire sign that's showing up here. It doesn't have to be, but you have that energy showing up here along with Capricorn and Aries for some. But here, that person seems to be coming through as not really decisive about what they want with this connection. And even though you may know that, and they also may be feeling a bit insecure, so sometimes it's holding on to you and holding on to other opportunities as well, just in case this one doesn't fall through, you see. So to me, for some of you, you're aware of this week, but it's also like you don't want to let that person go. It's still maybe holding on to them a bit, and maybe it's that fear of change, the fear of what really stepping away from them might bring. So there is the energy of being emotionally closed off, or there being no the energy is not reciprocal. Like, it's not going back and forth with each other. It's not a clear version of, where this might be going between both. So that might be an issue. Drinking could be an issue as well, where there might be a little depression because of the intensity of which you feel might be coming from them. So we'll get to that in a second. So recent past, 10 of Wands in reverse. That is ultimately removing yourself or releasing someone or something that may have been kind of stressful for you. So whatever it may have been, it's trying to release that energy. But again, when it's coming into this week, it still's like I want to let go, but then afraid of doing so, because it's like being on your own. Not the fact that you don't want to, but what if you do prematurely? You might feel like you're going to miss out on something that could be really good for you. So on your mind, you have some potential, maybe some money issues of purchasing something going amiss, having to put out a lot of money from something, or say if you're letting go or going through a divorce or separation, what are you going to do by yourself? Are you going to be able to take care of things on your own if you make certain decisions? That might be an issue for some of you. Might be thinking about that. And when is it going to come in? When is that money going to come in? That might be a concern. Now, the person that you're dealing with, now Pisces is showing up here, Cancer, Scorpio, with the Queen of Cups, but that person doesn't seem to be really communicating or expressing anything significant for you. They may be holding that back, and but you also may be just pulling back as you focus on financial security and focusing on your own business or taking care of your own business. But you may just be wondering what they might be up to, because they come through with the intent of being indecisive and not really sure if they want to truly commit and open up. So the advice to you is, if this is causing you pain, if you've been through something with this person, whoever it might be, that's been causing you a lot of heartache, allow those feelings to be what they are. And also, where the devil is shown up in the outcome, that's the energy of moving too quickly into something and you're stressing a lot, and it's given into fear, but also the temptation of jumping into another connection for sexual satisfaction, maybe, or temptation when something is not completely closed off with someone else's chapter and yours as well. You're entertaining the energy of connecting with them in a physical way. So the sex for pleasure thing, just be careful of which you open yourself up to when it comes to another person, because you don't know spiritually what they have with them and what's going on with them. So just be aware of that. Okay, that's really important here. So that's why when we have the card to pay attention to the red flags, the signs of cautioning you: flirt, extend your lighthearted energies to others, and forgiving and learning. As you release and heal the past, you experience more love in your present moments. And that is ultimately, I feel like you have to really try to be patient this week, to allow the desire or the impulse to connect with someone in a sexual way right away. Don't allow that to take over. I feel like this is, if you don't really trust somebody if you're not sure of their motives. It's taking time to really decipher what that means to you, and you're the only person that can really do that because you're physically in your situation. You know what that is to you. But when anytime I see to pay attention and flirt, it's almost like a wash where you might feel that you can't really trust that person because they mess with other people. They may be physically involved with other people. That's how you might feel. So you might just want to be single and, do your own thing and see what comes of a relationship if that's what you want in your life. But just be aware of giving. Just because you don't trust someone doesn't mean that you just need to jump into something else physically with another person right away. Uh, because that's what the energy may be really calling for a lot of you. All right. So I hope the messages do help out at least this week. If you would like a private or personal reading, you can always email me for that energy, as these are general in nature. But I do wish you the very best. Much love to you, much light, and be careful. Really be careful with the obsessive energy of where your thoughts might go. I always think of Virgos as a air sign sometimes because they can, when they're breaking things down or trying to break someone down or their own worries and doubts, it can really get intense because the critical nature and being criticizing of yourself and the other person, that can really bring you down. So that the negative thoughts and whatever you might be having could really take over. You don't want that to happen. So just be aware of that, okay? So I wish you the best and do enjoy. Much love.